The other world's books depend on the bean counter. Voluntary review. Seiichiro Kondo has made a place for himself in the royal accounting department of the Romani Kingdom after he was dragged, by mistake, from present-day Japan into a parallel fantasy world alongside Yua, the predestined holy maiden, but since his scrupulous attitude to his work has made him enemies as well as allies, and as Voluntary opens, he's been attacked by three men and left semi-conscious and badly injured. Luckily for him, he's discovered by none other than Prime Minister Carvada, and when word reaches Captain Arish Indolart, he comes hurrying to the rescue. Kondo's problem is that, unlike Yua, he acquired no resistance to the magic used in this world when he was transferred and extremely vulnerable. His life has been saved more than once by young Arish Indolart, a magic wielder of the Third Royal Art Order. The only way to save Kondo's life, it seems, is for them having physical contact of the most intimate kind imaginable. Yes, to have sex. Under the manga opts for the discreet side of actually stating that what takes place, leaving to the reader's imagination what happens between planets. Panels. As the stern Arish, the Ice Knight, has developed feelings for his troublesome patient. It all seems to be unconsensual, all drawn to obvious Kondo doesn't quite get. The Arish has fallen for him. He feels indebted to Captain Indorlark. He has to frequently be reminded to call him by his first name, but he has a tendency to ignore the good advice he receives, especially not to rely on the so-called nutritional tonics or to take work for him. This happens so often he has begun to feel a little guilty and even offers to be more proactive. When it comes to healing sessions, to complicate matters, Kondo, although unable to identify by sight his three attackers, recognize their voices, and it turns out that all three are Arish's subordinates. Meanwhile, the life-threatening miasma, when Yua has been summoned to the spell, has been spreading thanks to Kondo's calculations. The purification journey to the Demon Forest is able to set out more swiftly and better resourced, and the king announces that Kondo will be going along to even though Arish protests that his spiritual health will be endangered. After the party is attacked by enraged beasts fleeing the miasma, the enormity of the problem comes home to them all. Is to create a challenge for Yua, even with the support of the prince, the sorcerers, and the knights. The mage kid of the other world's book depends on the bean counter, yet even though Kondo arrived in this other world by accident, his skill is a bean counter. The technologies might make him just as much of a savior as the Holy Maiden. Then, there's a boys' love aspect to the story, with the growing drunk awkward relationship between two proud and stubborn young men. Arish is probably still smarting for the knowledge that Kondo is older than he is, and said he would never follow anyone younger than himself. It is more than probable that Kondo isn't in any way experienced in the ways of the heart, being wedded to his work, so he might be the older of the two, but he certainly isn't the more emotionally mature. By this third volume, I hope more for more development in the relationship between the two main protagonists, although they are at least shown touching fingertips on the handsomely drawn cover. However, there's an intriguing exchange later on in this volume that stirred quite a few questions in my mind, and maybe a translation issue, although Eva Shkomacher's translation is consistently reliable, so I'm not casting aspersions. But the original Japanese text is ambitious. There's on the spoiler side, so we do not know what happens towards the end of the volume. Best to avoid the rest of this paragraph. Arash insists on sharing his horse with Kondo on the first day of the journey to the Demon Forest to gain as much bodily contact as possible. For Kondo's own good, naturally, Yua, who seems to have something of a crush on Arash, watches enviously from the carriage in which she is being escorted by the prince. That evening, she approaches Kondo and says she has a request. Please swap places with me during tomorrow's travels. Kondo then proceeds to give her a very stern talking to, reminding her that she is likely to die. If given all the precautions that he's been taking, this world isn't one where you can live a peaceful life, while waiting for others to tell them to do. And his thoughts he speaks a portrait over a starkly black background, INT to destroy her path as a sunny holy maiden. She get upset, naturally. She's young and equally out of her depth as he is in his unfamiliar world, but reading his very harsh sentiments, for a kind-hearted workaholic accountable strikes something of a discordant note in the image Kondo has been built over her 3 volumes. Does he mean that he needs to open her eyes to the reality of the situation? This isn't a delightful trip they're embarking on. The fate of the kingdom depends on the outcome, or is just self-protection on Kondo's part. He needs to be close to Arish, or he'll succumb to the miasma. Or is his Kondo subconsciously suppressing a wish not to share his lover? For what else is Arishma now, with the rival? Katsuki Uedori's art is in the 2 previous volumes and was raised his manga version of Yasuki Wakatsu's isekai novels to a different level. The mangaka, even drawn working from character designs by Kika Ohashi, has made these characters very much her own. even when the story is at times a little chunky, is the way it unravels the plot of the characters' motivations. Her art, and especially the characters' facial expressions and reactions, still make this a pleasure to read. The bonus story at the end, The Night Captain's Mood Depends on Discussion, provides a delightful, light-hearted antidote to the dramatic events unfolding in the Demon Forest. The only three novels in the Isekai series by Yatsuki Wakatsu that the manga is based on. So with Volume 4 and the manga already out in Japan, noted yet given by Yen Press, will be reaching the end of the story soon. Given the popularity of the manga, I can help wondering if Yen Press is going to bring us the light novels too. 8 out of 10.